Hello and welcome. You are watching how to make a clay figure out of clay. Yeah, so this is sort of a step-by-step thing that I'm recording basically how to make a pirate kind of ship, sort of like that, except it looks a little bit cooler. Yeah, so moving that aside. Alright, so you're gonna have to start out with the basics. The basics are essentially what you're gonna need to start out. Like, let's see, I use female, soft, it's blue. Well, I'm not using any blue for this, but I'm gonna be using a lot of brown. There's also effect female. Like, if you want like glow in the dark, I really like glow in the dark. It's pretty cool. Yeah. This is what we're gonna try to make. Well, we're not gonna try to make that. We're gonna try to make something that looks somewhat like it. I'm gonna put my phone there. I'm recording this after, so it's not entirely in sync with what I'm doing. Record my voice after. Alright. So what we do, we pick up a chunk, and we kind of just, what I do is I usually flatten it into a cube, and like mess around with it after, like squish it and stuff, and then it'll feel like, you see what I'm doing, I'm just, should be a bit softer now. Which it is, okay. We got ourselves the basic cube. Move my camera down. Right. I gotta mount it on a tripod. Alright. So we got our basic shape. We got the brown thing. We're gonna make some poles for like the top. Now, what I usually sort of do is I usually like pick out the basic stuff like early on. Now this works with any sort of clay miniature you're doing. You just pick up most of the stuff before, if there's any like added things, say like soldier who has like a gun or something, you make the gun sort of alongside the soldier. That way, like, you make the gun on its own, then you put it on the soldier. Yep, no, this is basically what I'm doing. I'm getting the masks ready, top part, all that. I'm probably just gonna fast forward this part. As you see, I'm making a mask, but I'm gonna put it on later, because one thing about details is that you should put them on later, because A, you know what you want, right? So you know what you're gonna want to make with your details. B, details can sometimes get smushed or messed up when they're put on like first. Alright, right now I'm modifying the square into a more ship-like structure, which is something you could do with squishing, or if you have tools, you can do that too if you don't want fingerprints all over it. Pretty much every clay figure I have has fingerprints all over it. Sure, fingerprints kind of look good though, like as sort of like an aesthetic thing if you're making like a rock or something, and it just looks pretty natural having all those fingerprints there on a rock, but even ships, but or wooden structures. Okay, here I am with all these. Probably gonna fast forward this part too. Here I am with the final shape of it. I've added the mask on. A good thing to do is kind of rub the thing on so that it sticks. Like it becomes part of what you wanted to attach it to. That's what I did with the mask. Oh, I'm just fixing the stand. Oh yeah, and so see, like you put one thing that wasn't there originally. That was like one of those stick things. I put it onto the body of it and just kind of stuck it on. You got to kind of flatten it a little bit, like along the sides, to make it so it actually sticks on. But once you do it like correctly, then well, it ends up to be pretty good. The first song's just about to end here. Probably not gonna do that. It's always good to just make edits along as you go. Like, does this look good, or does this not look good? And this does not look good. A lot of this applies to, like, if you're building other things too. For example, even making like a frog or something. Oh, here comes the mast. Remember, if you're not proud of the original results, then you need to try again, or you could keep it the way it is and make it into something else. Like, I have tons of things where I've done that. Okay, so that's got one little mast. I'm gonna fast forward this part. Alright, so after that pause, here I am adding more details. If you'll notice, there's a little beam across the bottom mast, and I added a top mast. They're just little sort of details that really look good, like once you've cooked it, basically. Yeah, so here I am with my ship, but it's not done yet. You'll notice a lot different than the last time I showed you. Like, I added more details, and I'm extending the mast a little bit. So it's a little leaning, but I sort of fixed that. Anyway, so it's looking like pretty good, like a ship. It's looking like a ship. And I'm gonna probably skip this part, and when I return, I will tell you the last step. There it is. And by adding more details, I've sort of made a pirate ship. Good thumbs up, I guess. Yay! Alright. Alright, here's a close-up of it. Now, you probably made something better or around the same thing. And come on, get focused. There it is. Those are the little cannons I added. Now, I can make something that looks a little bit better than this, but the thing with making clay figures is the longer you take, the better it's probably going to turn out to be. So, and the more detail you add. So I hope this helped if you or anyone has had trouble with making clay. Well, here you go.
Do what you want, 'cause a pirate is free. You are a pirate. You're hard fitted indeed. Being a pirate is a right indeed. Do what you want, 'cause a pirate is free. You are a pirate. You are a pirate. You're hard fitted indeed. Being a pirate is a right indeed. Do what you want, 'cause a pirate is free. You are a pirate. Ahoy in the blast. Stinking, stinking fast. Hang the black flag at the end of the mast. You are a pirate. We're sailing away.